Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Amour's Healing Channel, your one-stop shop for everything spiritual. If you're new to my channel, please come in, like, share, and subscribe. Again, thank you for everybody for the support and all the love that I received thus far. We're creating a great soul tribe, bringing all your cousins, your aunties, your best friends. And like I say, only if they cool now, because y'all bringing in crazy people, we're gonna have a problem. um, but seriously, I have a topic I want to discuss with you guys and want to see what you all think about this. But I think it's something that um, we definitely need to dive deep into. Um, I was having a conversation actually earlier with one of my friends, and it amazes me how you know you just go back and you just think about ancestors, our heritage, where we come from. Just think about all the sacrifices and the blood, sweat, and tears that we've dealt with over years and years of being beaten down, being bullied, um, being raped for no reason, being hung for no reason, and just so many different just injustices that have happened to our people over years and years and years. I feel like there's somewhere, and it's granted, this is not everybody, so, but just follow what I'm saying. Somewhere within, different, um, different black people, I feel like, why do we have to one up each other's traumas, right? So if I'm going through something, why does it have to be, well, I got this going on and, blah, blah, blah. So it's basically like, why you feel bad about what you got going on. And everybody handles things differently. Everybody's struggles are different. Um, I've realized, and really, it's not even I like to speak on, from this perspective because I am, black. However, it doesn't have to be just necessarily a race thing, but I just think that we pride ourselves so much on struggle, trauma. It's deep in our DNA, and it really is. That's not a lie. But I just noticed that it's just always like a one up. Like, well, it's like if I'm struggling a little bit more than you, then it's like I won something. It's like that's not a badge of honor. That's not nothing to carry around. That's not nothing to feel good about. And again, we all deal with struggles differently. Um, for example, if I have, let's say, for example, I have children, and I'm dealing with the different issues with my children, but you don't have children. That gives me no right to downplay what you're going through. Some people feel like that because it's like, oh, well, you don't have kids, you're not married, etc., etc. Why are you complaining? Or I remember there was a while ago, there was a guy I used to date, and he wasn't as further along as I am, and he made a comment saying, well, what do you have? You should never ever be depressed, or anything should be wrong with you, because hey, you have this going for yourself, that going for yourself, blah blah. And I mean, your point. I mean, seriously, because where I come from, the more you have, the more you gotta do to keep it, right? So it's just funny to me how people will look at you, especially if they feel like you're in a certain place, like you're successful, like, oh, you have a degree or degrees, you have your career going for yourself, you're in a house, you have a nice car, whatever the case may be, you're in a relationship, etc. And people will look at you like you have nothing to worry about. It's like, no, it's like, now I got more I got to do, right? But again, when we're going back to talking about trauma, so that means because if I have things going for myself, that means that I shouldn't struggle. I shouldn't have no trauma. What did Biggie say? May he rest in peace. Biggie, baby, baby. more money you make, the more problems you get. You have people who look at your aesthetic and think that you shouldn't have anything, or meaning like struggles. Or sometimes too, like when you don't wear your scars, when you're a person who's working on themselves, wanting to vibrate higher, healing, and want to move forward with your life. Yes, we all have past traumas, childhood traumas, right? All these things we're working through. And I commend and applaud anybody that's listening in the collective who's truly working on themselves, because it's not easy. So I applaud you. So hope you can hear that applause. I truly do applaud you, because it's not easy working on yourself, going to therapy, doing things to really help yourself heal. It's not an easy thing. But you have people who will look at you when you don't, like I said, when you don't wear your scars, they'll look at you like you don't have a care in the world. It's like, no, it's just I'm learning how to carry these things, cope with these things, so I can make it through my day. And even I'm trying to even encourage other people that you don't have to be despondent all the time, that you can still move on and work on the things that you're going through. Yes, but nobody's perfect. We all have our bad days, bad weeks, or seasons, whatever the case may be. But when you're a person who can still make other people laugh despite what you're going through, or you're that quote unquote strong friend, again, it doesn't mean that you're not dealing with things. It's just the fact that you're just managing them differently than other people who choose to wear and project and take their anger out on other people. So I ask again, why do we have to one up traumas? What you're going through does not negate what I'm going through. We all handle things differently. We're all in different places in our lives. We're also, different ages. We also have different coping mechanisms. Also, sometimes, hell, you got two people going through the same thing, and then one person may be more equipped to handle it because they're in a different stage in their life. They just grew more. Maybe they've gone through it in the past. They know how to operate it now. You know what I'm saying? So many different things, but I just want us to get away from the fact of, hey, okay, yeah, it's kind of like somebody could say, hey, I had a bad day. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just mad. Oh, you had a bad day. Well, I mean, your bad day can't be as bad as mine. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. We need to get away from that. We truly need to get away from that. Do not downplay what somebody else is going through. Just because your traumas and your stress seems monumental, do not downplay the next person. Don't do that. It really is a big no-no, because you can have somebody, like, I'll give you an example. They can have money like Bill Gates, but they have cancer. And you're looking at them like they got everything in the world, but they're battling cancer in their privacy. And they could be looking at you like, you got something that money can't buy. You have your health. You're not sick. So again, we don't have to one up each other's traumas. It's not that deep. Just support and encourage and be there for each other. And trust me, I've been in that place where I've said, like, man, if I was in your place, I'd do blah, 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 blah. I think we've all been there. But as you learn and you grow, you realize that the traumas that we have, one thing that may trigger me may not trigger somebody else. In that case, it's kind of easy to look at somebody like, why are you mad about that, or why is that, but not knowing somebody's background, not knowing what somebody grew up with, not knowing these different things. And then sometimes too, somebody could tell you, give you a last example, and I'm gonna get out of here. Somebody could tell you, hey, I'm struggling with ABC. And you may think to yourself, well, that ain't really nothing, right? Or, whatever. But really, that person's just telling you a couple of things. They could be going through, more than that, but they're just telling you a couple of things. So then you assume that, oh, you're not really struggling. They're just giving you the surface of what they're dealing with, because maybe they don't want to go into the depth of what it is, and they don't have to, of course. But we have to stop doing that. We really, really do. It's not a badge of honor. You know, we need to get out this trauma filled mind. Like, and mind you, collective, I'm talking to myself too, because I'm not perfect. I've been victim of it. Um, I've projected. I've done all of it. But I just want us to do better. I really just want us to do better, because we don't have to stay in that cycle. You know, we don't have to stay in that. What good is it helping? My friend is going through something, so if anything, I should be trying to pull her out, or trying to help her, or saying, hey, you need space, you wanna, cool, but I'm still around if you need to talk, whatever. Instead of me being like, I'm not trying to compare this to what you got going on, but I'm dealing with A, B, C, D. It's no need for that. It's no need for that. It's just really not. Because sometimes too, when strong people too, are pushing through things, it could take one little thing that could trigger somebody. One little thing, and it could just set them off. And that's why it's so important to be kind and showing sympathy and empathy to each other. We've got to do better. We don't have to be so overtaken by our trauma that the only thing that we think that we can be better than somebody else is one upping their trauma and downplaying them, and hurting them and their feelings. Because like what you're feeling is valid, what the other person's feeling is valid. As always, please take what resonates, leave the rest behind, and also be safe, be blessed, and stay protected.